All right, so I'm sitting here with Dan Valerino. He's the co-founder of Bottle Boon and the newly opened Finca in North Park. It's good to see you, buddy.
You too, man, Fred.
I know we go way back. We've done a bunch of stuff in San Diego. Truly one of the OGs in the industry here. But we're here at SommCon 2024 in San Diego. And I just want to get a couple questions out to you about why you're here. So you are presenting on a panel called Your Volume is Showing. What is the main message that you want to get across during that panel?
On that panel, I'm with a lot of really talented individuals who are running giant programs for Wynn and Vegas, et cetera, et cetera. And I think it's important for all buyers to understand the impact that they can kind of like make on their business for their owners or their own projects. No matter the scale, kind of like how much volume you're moving matters, right? And the way you price and the way that you treat your relationships that get you access to products that maximize your profitability. Those things are really imperative, and even if you're just kind of running a small mom and pop wine shop, it doesn't mean your decisions don't have incredible value.
Yeah, it's so important in this industry. I think that it gets overlooked a little bit. People need to treat the business as if they're the owner, right? And it's hard to find somebody to take that ownership in the position. And I think that if people have that ability to treat the business as if it were their own, as if they were their own pocketbook, they're able to create more revenue for the business. They're able to create more opportunities for themselves in explaining why they should get a raise, why they should get more money. This is a subject I'd love to talk to you about for half an hour.
We do it often, actually, you and I.
But. Yeah. What do you think, can you give a tip to anybody that you've learned over the years, or maybe a new beverage professional? Can you give a tip to anybody in that realm as just a little insider tip on how they can be more efficient in creating better revenue or better communication about the volumes that they want in their restaurants?
I think efficiency is kind of really laying your guidelines out with your suppliers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, suppliers have goals also, just like you do. And I think it's really important to frame those relationships in a way that's productive for both parties, right? So if...
leveraging the relationship between yourself and the supplier of wine.
1,000%. That's a lot of what buyers spend time doing, is they're tasting, they're meeting, et cetera, et cetera. If your suppliers, your sales reps are bringing products that may not be relevant to you for their own goals, that's a boundary you need to set with them, where you're maximizing your time, because you also need to manage your costs, your inventory. How much inventory do I have? Is it turning over? There's a million other questions, evaluating your P-mix. So it's not just the buying portion, right? It's not just the tasting. It's how do these decisions impact the broader scale of our business?
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
It's not who you know, but how you treat them. That is the best thing I've ever learned from anybody. I had that opportunity to learn from my mentor, Josh Gilchrist, out of Desert Mountain in Scottsdale when I was cutting my teeth out there. And you and I have worked on multiple sides of this business, with you as a supplier, with you as a buyer in the market also, right? And I think what we've been able to accomplish is our supplier relationships trust us. We're steady, we're honest, we're loyal. And what that gets us is access for our teams, access for our products that we want to offer our guests, things of that nature. If I was to ignore my reps because they had a goal or a meeting they needed me to take, I'm probably shoot myself in the foot a little bit in terms of what that relationship could become. So it's really how we treat each other in this industry is the most important thing we do. It's not like who we know.
I love that. And finally, I have a question to kind of just to get to know you a little bit better. I love these. Not everything's so industry related. What is something that you used to value that you no longer value?
I give a lot of thought to this question, actually, and there's so many things that we learn over time that we thought were imperative to our approaches, and we kind of discover through hard lessons that that's not true. And I think what I didn't understand was that the knowledge I've been fortunate to gain isn't for myself, right? The knowledge that I've been fortunate to gain is for me to protect my guests and their experience and making sure the quality of product meets their expectations. The knowledge I've gained is to create opportunity for the people that work with us every day in our concepts, right? And the relationships that I can offer them has nothing to do with the coolest thing I can put on my list, and it never did. And I think that's the most important lesson I've kind of been fortunate to glean as my company has grown and we've grown into other projects, and having as many employees as we do is just the doors we can open for them.
Yeah. I love that, man. Dan, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.